course, the comforts for Ace, which is the Tide and the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite easy to think that it's going to be one of those four, most likely. So right now, OG's kind of deciding what they want to deal with. So, you know, they ban out the Lycan. They already got the Kunkka, but I guess they enjoy playing into Beast more than the Lycan if you have to go against one of the push strats.
I mean, I don't blame them for that. This, like in the previous game, definitely very disruptive. I mean, it's not even, you don't care that much. Well, obviously you care about the Lycan, but that army of creeps is terrifying, and especially when you got an Ancient there too. It's like Kunkka doesn't just cleave it down.
Yeah, it is a little different from previous Lycan, where you had this like kind of squishy, at least in terms of Kunkka's cleave ability, creep mass that you could kill. It's like an Ancient Granite Golem's going to take, you know, 10% of its HP from a Kunkka cleave. It is definitely true. Those Lycan Wolves, like scouting into the triangle too from Ace was just absolutely amazing.
Blocking the camps as well. We used to see it with Furion, where they just send, you know, the 5 trees out to, you know, block as many camps as possible. Same with Lycan, but even better because they're invisible.
Yeah, the invis.
Huh, that's a little Snapfire.
Okay,
right?
Snapfire. So this makes, you know, Tide as the fairly obvious hero that could be picked up.
I would like to see the Snap as a 4 though, just because of the Blink Shard. You want to have some instant lockdown for the Queen of Pain and just allow yourself that kind of mid-game kind of surprise, we got you. Of course, in the 5 position, probably will still be okay with just the laning dominance it can provide, but I would love to see the Weaver 5 here, the Snap 4, to give yourself a better kind of mid-game fighting timing.
So Doom is banned for OG, so I really do feel like this is setting up for the Tide, as well as like Ursa being banned too. Both of these heroes excellent against Tidehunter. Maybe Tickles is thinking like, do we take it for ourselves? Do we get Ace Tide? Because they're not going to get it on the next pick if they want it, but maybe that's the debate, is they could still get Ace Night Stalker as well.
Yes.
But the thing here is, like, when you think about the options, it's if they pick Beastmaster, OG can Tide. If they pick Night Stalker, they probably still can Tide, right? For the idea that you just hug him. When Night Stalker presses ultimate, just group around the hero, pre-BKB that is, and you just try and fight from there.
Yep. Yep.
I think, what did Tickles go last time in this position? They went for...
Dude, Spirit Breaker totally ignored
They went for the Lycan in this position. They went...
Ah, yeah, it was, of course, the Disruptor Ursa, then it was Lycan Disruptor.
They go for PH.
They've the double pick. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So this tree was actually banned out in the second game due to the fact that OG didn't really have cores that could hit towers in their mindset, so they were respecting it. But I've enjoyed how Tickles play the tree. It can be 4, it can be 5, there's flexibility there. And just the fact that when you don't see innate tower hitters, if this is, let's say, a Kunkka carry, it just prolongs the game long enough that we get to see PA play her game.
And Celery is, of course, 11k MMR as a support player. There's 2 heroes he did that with, mostly. Those 2, both Bane and Tree and Protector. So,
and this will be the first pro game where he plays both at the same time. Sorry,
it would be very impressive. But so far, whenever they were in this specific situation, it was Tofu on the Bane and Tree and Protector for Celery.
Yeah, Tree is a big lane dominator because of the fact that you get, you know, 2 points in Leech Seed, 1 point in Grasp, and then you play on the fact that your core should provide some type of kill potential. PA with the dagger, be it just a Blightstone or Corrosion on top of that. It's so much annoyance that if you're out of position, you're going to be so slow you can't get back to your tower, should be dying there. So yeah, just really good lanes from Tickles, and it giving Ace this final pick in the draft, right? He's going to be able to pick exactly what offlane he wants to get this kind of mid-game timing online.
And there's still 3 in the pool, so even if they ban out 2, I mean, he's still going to at least have a comfort hero to fall back on. They go for Faceless Void on the side of OG. We got some nice synergy coming out with the Snapfire ultimate in the Chronosphere, of course, as well as the boat, as well as the bugs. It's actually looking like a pretty scary team fight.
It's scary because Tickles don't have that way to run around the map that quickly early on, because Tree and Bane are somewhat like lane static heroes, especially because they're Radiant. Like playing Dire Tree as well can't really run through the Dire jungle that effectively. So it does allow OG to be a bit greedy with their picks. They've got this team fight to fight into the mid game, but also they're not going to be under threat of their towers early on to unlock all of them hitting their farm. Because once they get items, it doesn't matter if they have chrono or not, they can still take fights. But for sure, Tickles now feel a little bit under pressure that they need to actually find that window where they can abuse, you know, no chrono, void no items. But yeah, it's a nice insurance policy in the draft from OG.
So I think if you're Tickles, I would definitely look at banning Beastmaster here, just because I feel like it's... Okay, or sorry, OG, I meant. Yeah, because it's like the hardest
Beast, Night Stalker are probably the 2 bans here, right? Just overwhelming in-your-face timings. But Night Stalker can play on the fact that he'll always stop Snapfire and Weaver from playing their game. Beastmaster just taking the towers and closing out the map.
It's also
quickly.
like, it's just the hardest void counter in the game. Like Venomancer is another potential ban, but then if if Team Tickles picks Veno, it's a little weird. I feel like Treant Bane, you kind of need a beefy boy to go in. None of these heroes really do that. None of these heroes are really frontliners.
Yeah, Quap kind of does that in the mid game.
At mid game, yeah, to a degree, but you need some like Tide, Mars type hero for sure. At least you're thinking about it. OG has it in the Kunkka.
I'm just trying to see the last time they played Bane Tree, it was often with a Lycan-esque hero or like that kind of pushing. I think it's one time they did it. Yeah, the one time they did it was with a Lycan. So everything that we've mentioned, where Tickles need that, like they need to be able to set the pace of this game early on to force OG to react, to then give PA farm. If you're reacting, it means you're not being as effective in on the kind of your farm efficiencies. Therefore, should offset the carry for carry matchup. But right now, there isn't that hero for Tickles to play around.
And are you guys agreeing with the theory that Team Tickles has, apparently, that we are looking for a mid laner still? They ban out the Invoker and the OD, kind of insinuating that Amar will be playing the Kunkka this game around?
I could see it for sure being it. Again, it's the value of second pick when OG picks these Kunkkas or Razors. It can go anywhere.
Still banned, yep.
And it will change based on what Team Tickles pick. And the offlaners are, they ban out the Night Stalker, they ban out the Beastmaster. So in regards to...
Oh, because safe lane will stay the same. Safe lane's faces void.
Yep.
So it's either mid or...
OD is also an offlaner, so you're getting kind of bang for your buck by banning that hero. Yep. It's like, it would just be good in either order.
Is it just a casual Tide?
Okay. Yeah,
casual
why not?
It gives them what they need. It's basically the only thing left.
The only hero, yeah.
Yeah, for Ace especially, like he loves this hero.
Yeah. This was, of course, also a hero that OG was very much aware was coming their way.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely not the best tie game ever. You can get chronoed. You obviously can't crack and shell chrono off. There's tons of magic damage in the Snapfire. You can die.
Does hit? Oh.
Huh.
Morphling. So it's just going to be morph mid.
Is that it's an offlane void?
Offlane void.
That's an offlane void.
Okay, sure.
All right.
And it is the 4-position Snapfire. Okay, no.
Then maybe Team Tickles was aware that was going to be an offlane void, thinking that was going to be Carry Kunkka again, but then they swapped it around anyway.
The thing is that I like about this offlane void is simply because of laning. I mentioned how disruptive Tree plus PA can be. You now have an offlane that shouldn't be under threat from Grasp or Leech Siege. You can always disconnect.
Yeah, just jump out of it.
Just jump out of it. So
also, his W is really strong against Tree and the PA because they're both like spammy abilities.
This is like the classic look where OG has identified the fact that Team Tickles, even though their lanes might look good, they're not going to be able to ever take towers early until PA is ready to really join that, right? So it's like you have 20 minutes of free time in this game to do whatever you want. And if OG can capitalize on that, push out the waves, get the items, be ready to contest when needed and not overreact, they can play greedy. So it's just a read on the fact that Tickles doesn't have the tower taking.
Definitely also Morph will do really well against Tide in lane. It's one of those heroes that you can just man up against and just out CS completely. You're never going to really kill a Tide. Maybe. It doesn't really matter that much, but you're going to completely out CS him. However, it's not a completely free Morph game. I feel like Bane and Queen of Pain, who could pick up Orchid, who will eventually pick up the Aghanim Shard, which will silence, or even just the raw burst damage that she has. It is enough to take down a Morphling. So it's not like it's a completely free game, but he's going to have a really easy lane.
Well, you guys are painting this picture as being a quite even draft. Both, of course, have a somewhat slightly different power spike, but it's not like they're bad. So I'm happy with this. This is great. I think the first draft where both of you are like, yeah, could make a case for either team. Am I in agreement? No.
I mean, it's pleasant. It's a game 3. You'd hope it's going to be close, right? They got to this point, but it's greed v not. It's actually greed v greed to some degree. So it's going to be who's better at being greedy.
No, it's going to be who is better. Period.
I can say 100%. Both of these teams are capable of taking a game off of each other.
All right. Who's better is the question that's going to be answered together with Cap and Waga.
Well, if we're talking about analysts, definitely Waga.
I don't know where to go from that.
They're just throwing the middle finger at me constantly. Very rude of Jenkins and T. Governor. I want that noted on production. I would like points demoted from their little red button board they got over there.
Yeah, they'll slide down lower. T. Gov is definitely not
the weakest throw I've ever seen in my life, Robson. That was just pathetic. pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You know, I like to, you know, I think it's a common joke that, like, Amar, he carries from the offlane. I didn't expect him to actually be playing a carry.
Well, might as well upgrade him, you know, give him a hero that is a real carry here.
Yeah.
But in this game, his carry might be that he lands big Chronos and then Kunkka and Snapfire clicks abilities into the Chrono. That might be the play here.
The old school offlane faceless void where you're just a big team fighter. And it like, the thing is that is from a bygone era. But back then, it was a big counter to Tidehunter because it is a disable that he cannot just cleanse off with his Kraken Shell, right?
Exactly, yeah. Put an ability on the ground, much like Black Hole, these abilities that...
Static Storm, another one, yeah.
Exactly, the things that you can't deal with. It's curious to me that this is the third game today, I think, that I've seen with PA Queen of Pain in the same team. Like this duo of just high burst, you know, one magical, one physical. It's curious to see.
Yeah. There's that. Did you hear that line?
Yeah, I heard it.
So now that you've heard it, rating?
F tier. Yeah, which is also S tier because that's how it works. I hate it, so it's good.
Okay, but about your point of Quap versus PA.
Yeah,
to actually talk about Dota. Like, why do you think this is?
I think the two of them play quite well together because both of them can keep jumping on any target they want.
Okay.
Oh, dude, this is a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage. Too much damage from Yuragi. They actually TP Taiga in. So if Team Tickles wants to, they could just be like, okay, we forced your support here. We can just go back to dual laning if we want. We can keep this tri-lane.
I think it's going to be a tri-lane versus tri-lane, and both teams just leaving a 1v1 bottom. I think is what we're going to see here. And Tidehunter versus Void, I mean, Tidehunter is probably going to be pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
That was very sneaky, though. Really sneaky first blood play there. I like how they cut through the trees. And this is what I said about Treant Protector. I talked about it earlier in the panel today. And I said that Treant Protector, you just throw down Nature's Grasp, and that's it. Like, that just makes you sad. Look, he does it again.
Yeah.
It's just such a frustrating ability to play against.
And until they get level 3 on Morphling, he's not going to be super happy with this lane.
Misha is like dying.
He really is. Forced to pop the Fairy Fire. They baited in Tofu a little bit here. They're going to turn on to him, see if they can get the kill. They get close. Not quite good enough, though. Yuragi is going to be forced away. Blocked in, maybe? Duraccio gets in front of him. Yuragi's dead again.
Yeah. That's really sick play. I mean, Celery's Treant, it's really good.
Oh, he's got Leech Seeds. So, Misha, don't try and fight this one. The cookie goes out. But Misha spotted. Duraccio gets the double kill. Taiga does manage to pick up the kill on his Celery, but Team Tickles definitely walking away very happy with this tri-lane so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice they had to kill on Treant, but he doesn't care that much. He has TP ready again. He can just come back to top lane. And like you said, this PA is thriving on top lane.
And they're getting the one-on-one matchup that we probably won't see any kills or anything, so we're not going to check in too often with these guys, but pretty much the story is going to be Ace getting a bunch of CS, right?
Speaking of CS, by the way, this Morphling just got 2 CS, meaning he was at 1 CS at 220. That is painful, man. Like, that's really brutal when you're a carry.
Incredibly rough. Taiga forced to use the cookie defensively here. Missed the blast from earlier as he was trying to catch Tofu's healing salve. Yuragi, is he dead again? Misha?
I think he's fine.
Reinforcements are here, just barely. Yuragi is going to stay alive, but ultimately he's not happy with it. These bugs, though, are devastating this poor Treant Protector. Nobody helped kill his bug.
Yeah.
So Taiga and Misha just laid into him the entire time.
Yeah, they played that really well, using the Morphling as a bait, and they turn it around. A little bit of overcommitment there by Team Tickles, but it's a very aggressive try versus try. It's going to be hard to always know how far you can push it. Some fighting here for the big camp. Oh, solo kill in mid lane. Boom.
Big one.
Beautiful. And a tip, of course.
Locking him in. Cookie is going to get him ahead of that body block. Tofu's in some trouble here. Duraccio helps him out with the bug a little bit here.
Yeah, help out. I mean, definitely don't just want the gold. Yeah,
True,
I'll help you, brother. Come here.
You ever do the intentional bug catch? Like, yeah.
Yes, actually, quite often.
It's basically a creep wave.
Yeah.
Creep. Sorry, one creep.
In laning stage, probably not as often, but mid game, I definitely I'll catch the bugs every now and then. That's gold right there. Got to get the value. So yeah, this this lane is just crazy contested, and Morphling is not getting any breathing room. Bottom lane, we see quite a disparity here in CS.
Yeah,
32,
it's almost doubling up on him.
Yeah, 32 against 18, doing really well is the Tidehunter. It is expected. It's definitely a Tidehunter favored lane. I like how Void had a 1 point Time Walk, 1 point Bash when he's level 5, by the way. He just skilled up his abilities a little bit. He still has one that he's holding.
What, just in case he sees an opportunity for time dilation or something?
Yeah, I mean, there's just not much skill usage on that lane. It's a pretty boring lane.
Celery. All that minus armor, look at him. -6 right now, and finally we do get the nukes out from Yuragi to be able to finish him out.
That's a feels good, man. If you're Morphling, just sitting back and nuking once, getting a kill.
Yeah.
That's the life right there. I mean, he was struggling a lot, so he needs anything he can get to start to recover here. Morphling is catching up a bit.
And now he's going to be able to be level 4, so he can be even more impactful in this lane with a level of Waveform and Adaptive Strike, a little bit more of an offensive threat, whereas 2 supports are already doing a pretty fair job of dealing with this tri-lane, pretty much just the 2 of them.
Yeah. A bit of Nightmare. Bane playing very aggressively.
Yuragi tries to help out his supports a little bit. Cookie in, nice 2-man stun. Duracio's gonna get really low. He has the bug stuck on him, goes to the right side, seeing the Siege Wagon as an opportunity to jump away, but Misha is gonna catch up. Shukuchi finishes him off. Nice, a 2-man blast there from Taiga. Yuragi not gonna be able to come in and help out, but Misha will at least chase these supports away.
I mean, both teams are landing abilities really beautifully here. The Treant Q has been really good. The Taiga on his Snapfire keeps landing really nice scatter blasts. But Weaver, I think, is starting to shine a little bit in this lane and show his true power. This hero is so damn potent at just running people down. We saw the PA try to get away. You're not gonna get away from Shukuchi.
You think the vegetarian duo Tofu and Celery are more likely to pick plant heroes?
I think so, sure.
More Treant Protectors? What else is there?
I don't know.
I couldn't think of another one either.
Is Tiny a rock? Is that vegetarian?
It's not meat, so it must be vegetarian.
It must be. It checks out.
Duraccio in trouble here as BZM is going to add a 4th hero to this tri-lane, making it a little unfair. Team Tickles, they were like, come on now. We were playing an honorable 3v3. Not so much anymore, it seems, as they're going to bring their own 4th hero to the list. Boom shows up. Hebs get the kill onto Taiga. Still, though, it's a support for core trade-off.
It is, but it's the pressure, right? You want to push the tower. You want to get damage. The catapult is alive during all this. So even if you don't find kills, this is all space for the catapult. Like, not even memeing. It's a big part of it.
Look at this. Misha's keeping the damage on his Celery to try and prevent him from being able to tree walk, but he couldn't actually keep the damage fast enough. So Celery just meant to slide away.
So frustrating chasing a Treant, honestly. He's one of the heroes that Weaver is like, why can't I catch this guy? And even then, Weaver is good, right? You can throw your swarm into the trees and try to find them.
Mm-hmm.
What happened now, though, is that I feel they didn't really do enough damage to tower to justify the rotation.
Tofu's dead. Yeah, what? How low is that? How low is that tower?
It's the 900, so quite healthy. And I think Konka coming up there was the key, you know, like his presence, even though he didn't get to fight too much, just the fact that he was there thwarted the push.
Right.
He has Didorim bottled up, by the way, so Konka is ready to do some damage if he gets an X mark on someone. Gotta watch out.
He's gonna have to be a little bit careful with this, because the Weaver and Snapfire, Taiga's gonna join in on this gank too. They read, okay, looks like he's got a ward here, so they kill the ward back up.
Get to D-ward, and then back to the tri-lane we go. We'll see some more skirmishes. And Taiga with a bit of a courier snipe. 45 gold for everyone.
That's a nice one. Misha's going to interrupt this creep stacking going on. They're going to be able to catch Duraccio, maybe? No. The cookie into the torrent isn't enough chain stun by itself. Duraccio was able to get a blink strike away, but the X pull back into the boat. It's going to bring him low. He's got another Phantom Strike. He's going to jump over the tree and protect it right before the waveform could finish him off, but he's still caught. The Ravage goes down to try and control a BZM, and his double damage. Boone joins in, sandwiches the Kunkka, finishes him off, and Taiga, not making it over to the other side of the cliff, is also dead. His life forfeit, 7-7, with a slight lead now for Team Tickles.
Yeah, I mean, you killed the PA, but that was a very committed go. They dove quite deep for it. After missing the torrent, they dive in for the X-Mark ship combo. And in the end, Queen is going to be very happy with his punishment over on the Kunkka.
Is it just me, or is it feels like they didn't really address the PA a whole lot last game, and now it almost feels like they're over-addressing it.
A trauma from last game. That's definitely a thing that happens when you play a series, and you see the same carry again, you're like, no. We're not going to wait until he has his BKB this time.
Ace is here, just his presence being a threat, but not really an offensive one with no Ravage anymore.
So I was curious watching what the item build was going to be on this Faceless Void, by the way. It looks like it's going to be a Lotus Orb Rush in this game. But now he actually
Battle Fury.
He wants to go Battle Fury. I was going to say I love the Lotus Orb here, but Battle Fury, that's a greedy choice. I'm not as keen for this. I realize he's spending all his time hitting creeps right now, but as the game develops, this itemization, if he goes Battle Fury, is going down the late game routes, right? You're accepting it, and you're also going to be farming more. Nice kill there on Kunkka. You're going to be farming more, you'll take up more space, and that space that Morphling could have had, it's space that Kunkka could have had. I don't think off-lane Battle Fury is what they need here.
Do you think that this is due to the pressure that Yuragi was feeling? Do you think this was a conversation of like Morphling saying like, guys, my game is pretty ruined? And Amar's like, okay, I'll carry.
It's tough to know what's happening in the internal comms, or if this is just Void going like, guys, I'm farming, I can do this, you know, and Morphling is like, please God, no. It could literally be anything, actually. Nice damage here on Tidehunter.
Yeah, but it's a Tidehunter, so he's a tanky boy.
Yeah,
they're going to need to use everything they have, maybe even the Chronosphere to finish him off.
I mean, if you need to, then you gotta do it. Trying to bring him down without it. He has the Ravage, and heroes are close by.
Oh, there goes the Ravage. He's going to pop it now, but they managed to get the X just before the Ravage, so he's going to be pulled back into his death. Instead of using the Chronosphere, it was a little risky, but they chase, force out a Ravage, and still get the kill.
That's the darkest timeline if you're Tidehunter right there.
Yeah.
You lose both your ulti and your life, and I don't know which one you care more about, honestly. It's that's a pretty rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. Nice patience by OG to not use more than they needed there. On the other hand, it's also dangerous, right? If you suddenly get turned around on. But I guess they knew that Queen didn't have Sonic Wave, and that's all they need to know. There's not going to be a Sonic Wave Ravage big play where they kill everyone. So they were fine.
Any bets on who's going to get their Battle Fury first? Is it the PA or is it the Faceless Void offline?
I actually think Faceless Void should get it first, I guess, here. Never mind. PA's caught up quite a bit. Her farm is quite good.
And with the last hit on the tower, it makes it a little unfair even.
Yeah. She's not too far away right now. Meanwhile, the Void already queuing up the Sanj after Battle Fury. Dude, this is like the greediest build or team that I've seen in a while here. We got like a Battle Fury offlane Void. Then we have a Manta style carry Morphling. All of this is just telling Tickles to take control of the game, I feel. Queen could have a really, really good game here, I think.
Yeah, certainly. What is the build for our Queen? Is she still going to go for the Kaya Sanj build?
Classic. Yeah, classic build.
I wasn't sure, like, Morphling and Faceless Void, you ever think about Orchid?
Grip. Nice. I think they can burst.
Yeah, they got him. Boom's going to join in. Oh, wait a minute. I thought surely there was going to be a Sonic Wave or something, but no.
I think he had it ready. I'm not sure why he didn't just commit it there.
They do have the pipe. That's going to allow them to at least have a chance still of being able to take this team fight, but they're going to lose their support first. And now Ace fighting up against Amar. They do manage to get a really nice overgrowth, not only controlling the Faceless Void and getting the kill, but stopping BZM's damage for a beat. Boom. Managed to blink away before the next round of X marks the spot, and Ace is just a monster.
Ace gives no shit. He's just walking in. This is wonderful. What gameplay. Just running at the enemy.
Gotta love it.
Oh, he's also using the Scooby-Doo villain cosmetic on Tidehunter. I love to see it. It was the janitor under the mask all along.
Who ruined our game? It was old man Mr. Jenkins.
Of course it was. It all tracks.
It's always Jenkins' fault from what I've figured out over the last year. 9-9, 2,000 net worth lead for Team Tickles, but kind of expected, I guess, in some ways because of the greedy approach from OG.
Speaking of the greedy approach, he went back for it.
He went back for Lotus Orb.
I think Amar changes his mind on items more than any player that I've ever watched.
Oh,
He's gonna queue up like a random Daedalus and he's like, nah.
The bug, he doesn't get a bash.
Oh, a real Void with Time Walk in. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Believe in the bash.
Amar, he
that was close.
values his own life a little bit more.
Yeah. No need to throw it away right there. This Tidehunter is becoming a real problem for OG. You know, with the new shard on, or new, you know, with Tidehunter's shard being what it is, I think when Tide becomes a big issue, it's much more so true when he starts sieging buildings.
Yes.
That Anchor Smash hits hard, it deals damage to buildings, and it removes the damage from the buildings. It's one of those rare mechanics where you can take away damage from towers.
Yeah, it's like that and Liquid Fire, right? Or like the only...
Yeah, sort of. There's not too many things that you can affect. I mean, you can try in some ways, but I think the pure damage or the raw damage that Tidehunter deals to towers as well is really, really high.
So what I'm hearing from you is a 5-man lineup with Tidehunter, carry with Shard, and a Jakiro mid with Meteor Hammer.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Meteor Hammers all around.
Oh, yes. I'm down with that. You land one Ravage, and then you just meme it from there. It's all memes.
It's memes all the way down. Ace doing a really good job of just keeping this mid lane constantly pushed in.
Yeah. He understands that they don't really want to go on him. I mean, he even has Treant armor, as if he needs it with the pipe. They are getting bored of him, though. I think they might just commit on him, but there's stuff behind him.
Well, if anything, it's going to be Mar who's committed on. They throw 3 different ultimates to kill that poor Faceless Void. Tofu, he's going to be caught in the Kunkka combo, but Ace is going to be a much harder kill for OG to be able to wrangle. They have to pretty much keep him kited and chase him down for long periods of time, and they eventually say, okay, this is just going to take too much out of us.
In the end, they used a lot of ultis, but they did bring down the Faceless Void, which is a big kill. Now they're trying to take Roche. I was going to talk about this, how with the Gush minus armor and PA in the team, they can kill pretty fast Roche. And if this is not sniffed out immediately by OG, it should be their Aegis. I mean, they have Chrono. They could go there, but I don't think they know. Or they're just too scared when they don't have Snap Ulti and Kunkka both.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if they don't have either one of those spells, then there's actually nothing left to throw into the Chronosphere, really.
Yeah, the Chrono doesn't do too much on its own.
Almost managed to get there in time to maybe take a last hit on Roshan. Small chance he takes the Aegis, but BZM not able to get there.
All you can do is try. Always try to steal.
I mean, Team Tickles is, as long as they don't have that overextension that happened in Game 1, they look on track to be able to have a significant lead by like 20, 25, 30 minutes.
This game is looking even a little bit better than Game 1 was. And this time, they will probably be more disciplined because I think they could feel it after the game that, oh, we were diving way too deep there.
Yeah. What is the timing of OG and their turnaround?
It's sort of tough to identify, but I think the biggest timing is when you have E-Blade on a Morphling. He goes from being this sort of strong carry to a carry that can delete heroes. He can like remove Bane, he can remove the Treant Protector, he can even save people from PA. So his utility increases a lot. I think the E-Blade timing is going to be the biggest thing to look towards.
And if they get a Chronosphere on PA, and I mean, Faceless Void doesn't do that much right-click damage, he can E-Blade the PA if she's not BKB'd, and that'll help the Kisses maybe like actually kill the PA before the Chronosphere runs out.
Yeah, that's certainly a thing. Yeah, Snapfire might be a big damage source they have to rely on here. Oh, look at Celery. He's going in. Oh, little hop.
Running after them. Taiga and BZM look to fight back. They've got Amar here as well. They throw out the Sonic Wave, only landing onto the Kunkka here. The Mortimer's Kiss is trying to find Celery, but Duraccio in Taiga's face. Turn around, kill the Courier before he dies. Taiga knew he wasn't getting out.
Quite a bit committed though, and the Kunkka is running away from this.
Ace
Celery
is in front of him.
chasing. Oh,
Gonna be able to find him. Gush.
Yeah.
PCM juking around through the trees, heads his way back into lane, but is caught by Boom.
Yeah. I was talking about how this Queen could have a really good game. Now with the Aegis, of course, and, you know, he's 6-0 and 3. This Queen is having a fantastic time. And look at the satisfying net worth here on Radiant. 10,000 net worth on all 3 cores. Everyone is happy. Definitely in a great spot right now as Team Tickles.
And if you're OG, I can't imagine you're too happy with this Faceless Void pick.
I'm not really on board with it. I think...
Oh, just a straight up Ravage. I think they were hoping to be able to burst down the Morphling.
They knew it was there, but they couldn't get vision on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to go with a Ravage into Fiend's Grip, but he was just in the wrong spot in the tree line.
Yeah, just such a... not overzealous, but like it's the right idea, right? You would have caught the Morphling by surprise. He did not get off Strength Morph. And if you get the Fiend's Grip after that, guaranteed kill.
Yeah. You know, I'm actually thinking that Lotus Orb is nice on Void here, but I would have liked to see the Meme Hammer more. If you're going to play an offlane Void, I feel like he can't do anything right now. Like, he had so much time to farm, and... yeah, he wasn't having a great lane because he lost to Tidehunter, but once he gets this Lotus Orb, what can you do? I mean, it's still reactive. You don't do anything actively yourself. You're just trying to, you know, play against the Fiend's Grip and dispel some stuff.
Yeah, like if he were to, like, for example, push out bottom lane right now, nobody of Team Tickles would care because he doesn't clear out creep waves super fast. Yeah. He doesn't threaten the tower in any way.
And there's a lot of things to say about the Meme Hammer in this game. Like, people might think it's not serious, but they have X-Mark. That's a perfect setup for it.
Yeah.
You can Chrono and just do it into the Chronosphere. I don't know. It feels like it could have done more than this Lotus Orb is doing right now. This is kind of a dead item if the game is passive. Great for fighting, but in all farming scenarios and like the more passive the game is, the more this item just hurts in your inventory.
Yeah, I would say that this item maybe looks a little bit better if the Kunkka was more of a damage threat or if the Morphling was more farmed. But I think a lot of this simply just comes down to the tri-lane, right? Like, Amar loses that 1v1 all the time because it's Tidehunter. You can't beat that. The tri-lane sets the Morphling far enough back that he's not really... like, you put the Lotus Orb on a Morphling and, yeah, he's going to maybe survive, but he's not actually killing people.
Yeah, the tri-lane came like a, you know, like a stab in the dark as well. They didn't see it at all coming, and the Morphling just immediately, you know, dying first bloods. It was a really good setup from the start for them. I feel like they had upper hand ever since.
You say stab in the dark and made me remember that team Rat in the Dark. Good old TI3, TI4 era kind of area.
Oh boy. Oh, who were in that team?
That was, I think it was a mostly like Finnish stack.
Oh, one of the Finn stack generations. Oh, right. Was it Trixie days?
I couldn't say for certain.
Oh, well, I talked about timings earlier, so this is pretty much what I was hoping for OG, that the E-Blade is now coming up on Morphling. I mean, they're losing map control second by second here. All the towers are just falling, everything is going downhill. This E-Blade needs to make something happen. Yeah,
are you okay with him splitting off into the Manta? It feels like when you're talking about the If you went the Lotus Orb on Faceless Void, like, why did you need the Manta on Morph?
You need to go for it. I'm on board with the Manta because you're against Treant.
Okay.
And even against Bane, to some extent, going for Manta is really big because you can make it harder to Fiend Script you, and you can Manta and then remove Nightmare from people with your illusions or even from yourself. But mostly it's just Treant. Treant ulti destroys you if you don't have a Dispel for it. So, I don't know. I think now it's all about initiation.
Oh, a DD. That's a beautiful pickup. Puts it in the bottle too, so they're still going to try and take this. Tofu is certainly dead. The Ravage going out. Boom is going to try and follow this one up. Dyrachyo still has that double damage to look for. Is they're going to try and jump onto Boom here with the time dilation. They're doing a good job. They managed to get the overgrowth. There goes a nice Chronosphere onto 3 as well. Yuragi actually turning into the Queen of Pain, and it's enough damage to be able to finish off the quad. But Dyrachyo is in full man mode right now with the double damage leading into BZM. Misha might just die as well. Couldn't get the crit, but Ace finished them off with the Anchor Smash. Dyrachyo needs a way out of here, but the time dilation is ruining him in this game. Both the Queen of Pain and the Phantom Assassin are destroyed by this time dilation from Amar.
Yeah, it's really huge. There's an awkward moment for Tidehunter when his team is dead and he's just like, okay, I'll just walk away, I guess. You can't do anything to me. And yeah, the double Lotus Orbs. Lotus Orb on Weaver.
Oh no!
Okay.
Misha, die back.
This is some agent play. What is this? But yeah, I was gonna talk about the double Lotus Orb being really, really strong for this Weaver and Void, making it really frustrating for Team Tickles.
Yeah.
That Chrono is beautiful too. The moment the Treant ulti came in place, holding people down, the Chrono was there as a reaction. Like, you're not gonna do anything during this Treant ulti. And instead, it was a Morphling able to make plays.
Yeah, the best part, the Morphling being the one hero that wasn't in the Chronosphere. And unfortunately, this Ravage, it doesn't save the Bane, nor does it really allow Team Tickles to kill a bunch of heroes.
Yeah, both the Ravage and the Queen ulti were kind of disconnected from each other and not making that much happen. But yeah, look at that. That Chrono is beautiful. Even though you hold some teammates, you stopped everything from proceeding.
And that Coco's Rum makes BCM, like, it actually takes a while to be able to kill him. Long enough that Dyrachyo isn't ever really able to go for the Morphling. Instead, he's the one slowly chipped away down.
Yeah.
I am so surprised that Team Tickles loses a fight.
It was, I was just trying to say that it's all about initiation. They got a clean jump in the start of the fight, going on the Bane there. And that kind of waste Ravage there made it so that PA was not doing damage during Ravage. I think that's the biggest component you have here, is that PA needs to hit stuff while disables are landing. And you don't have many disables. If Bane dies and Ravage is whiffed, well, not whiffed, but used without PA hitting, then you don't have lockdown.
Ravage, another one, going in again, trying to save Tofu. Again, Tofu dies anyway. And again, the 1 and 2 position of Team Tickles aren't in a great position to follow it up. Ace, now we can say he's getting a little overzealous with these Ravages. They've got to try and slow this game down a little bit as OG, man, they're still going to try and take this, even with the Ravage down. The Sonic Wave going out, the Morphling. Waveforms up into the high ground here, but Dyrachyo's going to chase after him. The Ghost Scepter nicely placed, but unfortunately the Chronosphere doesn't quite catch Boom, but they do manage to lock down Dyrachyo. He gets off his BKB though, and ignores, shrugs off some of the damage, still hunting down this Morphling, but not able to get the crits to get the kill. Overgrowth out, Lotus Sword does manage to take that one away. Amar trying to time walk himself out and TP away, but he is ultimately caught by Dyrachyo. Taiga is at least able to get out. Boom actually does die to BCM, who goes for the TP away, and that is successful.
What an awkward fight to break down. But I think the key point here is that Team Tickles forced the Morphling home. And when he's not a part of the fight anymore, they can just keep clashing it out because there's not substantial damage output from Void or from Kunkka, really. So they can just brawl it out. And Tidehunter is happy to go to town with anyone.
Oh, careful, Misha. Misha gets a really good set of bugs on out, and another Anchor Smash to finish him off. They do manage to get a good cookie, controlling up Dyrachyo, who doesn't have his BKB. They recognize that. Yuragi trying to push in that damage. They just need a couple more nukes to finish him off, but Dyrachyo with a long-range Phantom Strike gets away. Taiga, Force Staff out. Ace pursues alongside Misha, the final dagger that gets the kill. Back over to Celery, Duraccio trying to help him out, but again, BKB, this time it's up. He managed to dodge some of the damage from Yargi. It's enough to be able to stay alive for now. He's turning and man fighting, managed to get the dagger. Oh, the finish off from BCM. The cleave hit is what finally does the trick. He managed to get a second kill perhaps onto Celery. Celery's actually healing too much. BCM, he's going to try and get another cleave hit in, but Celery's already too far away. Amar, time dilation, but if anything, he's got to be careful. He may be another victim to this team fight as BZM eventually falls.
Yeah, I think Amar can run away, but this is a very tough team fight for OG to take because all their damage output is Morphling pretty much. And if they go on Morphling, he has the more full strength. Like when he died, he had 4.6k HP. He had already done all the HP printing that he could. Like he was out. And at that point, you're not really able to kill or threaten anything anymore. I like the way that Team Tickles are taking the fights, though. They're able to just comfortably send their Tidehunter straight into the fray, identify, you know, who's where, and then go on the correct target.
Do you think this BKB choice from the Morphling is going to change much? He's not too far away from that.
Oh, I think he changed his item.
Okay,
he's going for a Satanic now.
I was going to say, I felt like BKB was not... I'm more a fan of a Satanic. I guess other options would be like Scotty, MKB.
I think Satanic, once you get Satanic Scotty here, you're probably really good.
Yeah.
I don't think BKB in its own would really solve the game here. So I like his choice. Going for Satanic, probably correct.
Yeah. Dispels are pretty value in this.
Speaking of Scotty, though, Duraccio has the Scotty on PA. So he's even stronger against Morphling now. Gonna be hard to get HP back.
Uh-oh. Misha, who got X'd? It's not him. Oh, it's he was Xing himself.
Yeah, just defensive. Whip that Bane. Chase him.
Slow him down. BZM has the X
Look at
back up.
Tidehunter. He's coming in. He's like...
Save, Operation Save Tofu. Yeah. Round 3, a 5-man Ravage, a 4-man Sonic Wave. And, well, they do manage to get a 4-man Chronosphere. Can this turn things around? They're throwing out the kisses. The damage is slow. It's not enough. The Morphling has to retreat. This fight is over. And it's all Team Tickles as they're going to be able to finish off Amar. 4 down on the side of OG.
Man, Tickles playing some good Dota. Really nice to watch. I mean, that was a great Ravage into Queen ulti. They had a few Ravages that didn't look like they had quite the purpose, you know? There was nothing happening during it, but look at this. He identifies, I can go here. Queen is right behind him. Man, that was really beautiful.
Yeah, and with... I mean, they even have the Morphling outside of the Chronosphere, and I'm not sure even if the Weaver and Kunkka were still alive, if that Chronosphere actually kills any heroes.
No, it's super tough. They don't have the damage. I mean, how do you... He was hitting the Tidehunter with Morphling. You're not going to kill that. Look at that Tide. He's a chonker.
Yeah.
He's huge. This guy is not dying first. You have to ignore him. As sad as it is, he's going to run at you. He's going to be frustrating. But you have to ignore him. Find a way to go on anything else because this Tide, not dying.
Yeah, now they have to worry about the Aegis on Duraccio, so now that's another hero it's not going to feel good going on, per se.
Yeah, I mean, at this point you kind of have to burst Queen, but that's a Kaya Sanch and BKB, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, Shivas and Scotty, by the way. How is Morphling gonna heal?
Break mechanic. Also, percentage HP there from Duraccio with the shard. Playing a bit of back and forth, trying to finish up this tier 3. BZM looking to be able to force the engagement. The boat is coming in, but it's not going to be enough to save him. The damage is too much from Duraccio. This Phantom Assassin looks to be the game ender as they just cannot fight back.
I like the blur dodge on the shotgun combo.
Yeah.
Tanks the E-Blade and then dodges the follow-up. Very nice. But yeah, this Kunkka is without buyback. 50 seconds. They're just gonna siege. And they're gonna go mid after this. This doesn't stop.
I mean, if they're willing to do that with Ravage on cooldown, like now Ravage is coming up. I don't think anything is going to
Everyone else is
down.
leaving and Ace is just standing in the enemy base like, I'm gonna stay here. By the way, this is level 23 Tide. If he gets 25, he gets even more terrifying.
He really does. Chronosphere to start things off, but Taiga can't really throw out the kisses. He does so now. Boom turns around, though, with a beautiful Sonic Wave and finishes off Amar, and then blinks on a Taiga to get that double. Yuragi, meanwhile, just has to walk away. Not much you can do. They're going to pursue. The Ravage goes out to finish off that Morphling. GG is immediately called by OG. Team Tickles, 4-1
Tickles
in this group stage.
Yeah, Tickles just looking dominant in Game 3. I mean, the other games were really close, I feel.
Yeah.
Both teams making some mistakes here and there, but both teams also showing that they have the capability to win. But in the final game here, Tickles, from minute 0, they were playing on point. The tri-lane surprise on top lane, they understood they can shut down the Morphling. They knew they would have a better 1v1 matchup. And yeah, everything just working out their way, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, they played a fantastic game, but ultimately I think, you know, what gives them this W is, as you said, the laning composition. That just comes down to good, strong, fundamental understanding of the game and like the enemy's draft and what you can do to disrupt what they want to do.
Laning composition, yes. But I also want to say I'm not really feeling the offlane void in this current meta. I'm all for flex picks.